Okay, so today is Sunday the 24th of January, and what we've been working on is cleaning all this brush out that is facing the ravine from our house. And if you can remember from before in previous videos and even in photos, which I've not yet posted to the YouTube channel, but I will, this was all brush. So from our house, we could not see down here in the ravine. So this gives you a real good idea just how steep the ravine is here. Now as we get back to here, we got a lot of sun there. As we get back to here, we've got some underbrush down here, and we will probably spend the next few days kind of cleaning this stuff out right here. Up to that big clump of 3 trees that you see up there, we're going to clean this all out. And as you can see past here, then it's just kind of a gently sloping hill that goes up. But here, it's a very steep hill. We're going to be putting a retaining structure at the top up there that'll prevent any more erosion, and then probably even put some retaining structures about the middle here. Just to prevent any slides from underneath the retaining wall that we put at the top. But anyway, so this brush will all be cleared out up to, like I said, that group of 3 trees up there, which will then give us an excellent view into the rest of the ravine. So the ravine is, this is it. So this will be our view, and our goal or our desire is to take, and like we have paths here and stuff, we will kind of cover this with wood chips and put some flowering shrubs and small trees and things down here. Now up here, just on the other side of the ravine, you see we have a big, huge brush pile there too. That's just years and years of dead coffee that's been accumulating over the years, and what they do is they just haul it to the end of the area where the coffee is growing and just throw stacks. So we've inherited some of those stacks, but ultimately, and I'll go up and show you a view from up there, we'll kind of clean out some of this scrub up through here too. Now what happens if you look up through the ravine, you can see that, I mean, it's deep. You can see the coffee, how high it is up there, and then it all comes down, and on this floor right here, during the rainy season, you get a pretty good flow of water going through here. And as the water comes through, I'm gonna turn around, comes through and comes this way, right over here, this is kind of on the far edge of our property, and again, we've got a bunch more coffee and stuff over here, but when you get to this point, and I'm not going to go too much further, the water drops off and goes deep, deep, deep into the canyon. That's probably about a, 75-foot drop or so. So if I can stand over here for a second without falling over, see if I can give you a shot of it here. So that's, I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see down. It's just this is like a big cliff that drops off, and during the rainy season we get a little bit of a waterfall there during heavy rains. It's nothing that's consistent or anything. So our goal is to clean all of this stuff, this brush and debris. You can see, again, just years and years worth of coffee and twigs and things that have been cut down. We're going to clean this all out. And then what we'd like to do is where it drops over the edge of the ledge there and forms like a little waterfall, we'll put up some kind of a stone wall or something there that the water can still run through, but will kind of be a definitive stopping point for people that might be walking down here. But yeah, so all of this will eventually be cleaned out, all of that up there, and then we'll just get some some mulch, some wood chips that we're making, wood chipped mulch, and then kind of landscape this down here. It'll be a beautiful view. The that ridge right there, we're gonna, like I said, put a retaining wall at the top so we don't lose any more of the ledge up there, but also we'll put a retainer about halfway down to keep any slides from taking out more than it really needs to. And then what we'll do is we'll plant you know, shade-loving plants, ferns, things like that that actually grow naturally here, but we'll just put a lot more of those and make sure that we just kind of try to stabilize that bank as much as possible. Again, once you get past this part and you get up here, it's really not an issue because the slope is so much more gradual over here. So anyway, that is kind of the plan. So let me give you a view from up here at the patio, although I do realize from shooting from up there down into the ravine, it doesn't really give you a real good perspective of what the view is. So that will just be a view that will have to be enjoyed in person. This is a lumberjack that we hired, who you can see is using the machete to cut up all of the things that we've cut down the last couple of days. She might be done chopping, so I'm not 100% sure that you're gonna see her chopping. But we're about done for today. I'll come down and help you with these in a second, honey. Just gonna show the view from up here. So what we've essentially done is from, like, this is another just pile of dead stuff that's been piled up over the years. So we've really cleaned from here all the way up. That's the clump of 3 trees that I was showing you from down there. And so another thing that I wanted to show you is, well, I've showed you before, but all of these vines that were attached to trees that are now cut off, we've cut them off at the base, and we can't really pull them down because we can't get to them, so we're just letting things die, and then these vines will eventually fall. So by the time we move in, hopefully that'll be cleared out. There was just a ton of stuff growing in here that we took out, just like in this tree that was kind of just intermixed in it, and it was just an odd tree. Another one over there, another one back there, and then a bunch of little ones in through here. So some of these vines are so thick that I can't easily do anything with them, so I just sever them and then let them die. But you'll see they're like philodendrons actually that grow, but you'll see I've cut the ends off. And the same thing over on this side over here, just having to sever some of those big, huge. But this just gives you an idea of what these vines do. But see, I've severed them so that they're not getting any nutrients, and so they'll all eventually just die off. Same thing on that tree, you can see I've cut those off. Same thing over there, cut those off. One tree that I worked on today, this thing was solid vines all the way around this whole tree. You could almost see no bark, that these vines are so invasive, and you can see these philodendron leaves, and they just go all the way to the top of the tree, and these things are just choking these trees out. And so this is just going to be something that we're going to have to stay on top of for a long time. I mean, we're just going to have to continue to monitor. But this just gives you an idea of just how dense these vines are and just how they're choking these trees. See those things up there, just how thick they are. And the foliage of the vines actually prevent the foliage of the plant from surviving. So anyway, from our patio now, so this is our view looking down into the ravine, which with the proper sunlight. And the thing that's so beautiful about it is that the sun is different all the time, like what's illuminated and what we see and how we see it. That's that patch of scrub over there that I was telling you that we're going to have to take out up to the clump of 3 trees. So all of that you're seeing there, the green brush, we'll clean that all out. So eventually it's just going to all look like this, looking over the edge, standing into the sun. But you can see how the sun illuminates that down there. But as the afternoon sun becomes more prevalent, that becomes a little more washed in sunlight. And then that area up there that's so bright right now, once the sun goes behind the trees up there, that's shady. And so it just is really pretty to take a look at the trees and just how the different views of it. See, and all of this stuff here, this is all just vines and things too. So this is all going to have to come out too. Not so. There's really nothing to take out scrub brush wise, but once we just get this lower stuff out and just have the trunks of the trees, it'll still afford us a beautiful view down there, because this ravine just goes on and on until you get to the little creek, or it's a small river at the bottom that during the dry season will get a little bit dry. But coming back here to the edge of our property, this kind of gives you a view down in there, and then from that canyon it just rises up to the mountains that you can see in the background there. But it's just all forest down there, and it is very beautiful. So anyway, we are going to finish up this last little bit. There's Paul Bunyan chopping, and we will wrap this up and report back later.